What's cracking? It's your boy Simo Jenkins, third of his name, one of a kind. Some of y'all may know me for the Falcons Bird Bath, but right now we're gonna try something a little bit different. I'm gonna let my boy Steve Hightower get into a little bit of a breakdown of who he thinks the playoff team's gonna be for the NFL this year. Let's get into it. Point Game Official, baby.
This is your boy, Steve Hightower, and I want to thank CMO for giving me the opportunity to share more information on you. This is going to be generalized information about the entire NFL. Don't worry about the hat. I just love hats. So look here. I'm going to start it very easily. First of all, Falcons looked good, didn't they? I was very impressed. And I'm going to continue to be impressed because they have all the tools to do almost anything they want to do at any time on the field and win against any team. But let's get into this. So let's start off with the AFC. All right, my teams in the AFC right now you're looking at in the East. New England, Buffalo, Miami, and the Jets. New England and Buffalo, they're both 4-2. Right now, even though Buffalo lost, I still see them as cream of the crop. And New England is very dangerous because they're actually 3-0 away. And what that pretty much means is that if you can win away, the next thing is that it's easier to win at home. So with them being 4-2, they may be 1-2 at home, but you'll see that change. For the AFC North, you have Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Baltimore, and you have Cleveland. Of course, Pittsburgh is 4-1. Whoever would have thought that? Aaron Rodgers is doing some crazy stuff. I'm happy for him. But it's really nothing too special. I think that Pittsburgh can pull that out because with the lack of defense that's going on with Baltimore, Cleveland still trying to figure out what they want to do with their quarterback situation. Cincinnati without Burrows, Pittsburgh is a clear choice. For the AFC South, this is where things get kind of interesting, especially from my standpoint. I like Jonathan Taylor. I like his running ability. I like the fact that he's tough, strong, and he picks up the block. So you have Indianapolis, Jacksonville, Houston, and you have Tennessee. Indianapolis 4-0 at home. And I think they will go undefeated at home this year. I really do. Because they have the great fan base, but they really are hungry. I look at Indianapolis and Jacksonville. Jacksonville came out of nowhere. They've come out of nowhere with their winning. They're 3-1 at home. And even Jacksonville's doing crazy stuff. But I really think that Trevor Lawrence's time has come. And I think that they're playing on all cylinders. For the AFC West, you have the Chargers. You have Denver, you have Kansas City, and you have Las Vegas. Now, this gets tricky. I never want to bet against Kansas City. Never, ever want to bet against them. But right now, they're 3-3. The thing that people don't realize about Kansas City is even though they're 3-3, Mahomes is still, he's thrown for 1,514 yards. He's 64.8% completions, but he has 11 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Don't sleep. They're still right there in the hunt, okay? Right there in the hunt. But I think out of that, it's going to be, I think the Chargers have a good chance. They're 4-2, and I think that Denver with Bo Nix at 4-2 have a good chance to do something. But I think all three of them will make it in. I don't know who's going to be the wild card. Might just be Kansas City. All right. For the NFC East, we have Philly. We have Washington. We have Dallas. We have the New York Giants. Okay? Philly's 4-2. Now, this is what's crazy about Philly. They look bad. You know, the half of a game, greatness. A quarter of greatness. You can say what you want, but they're still 4-2. They're the reigning champs. You got to give them their due. You can't count them out. I think they'll get better before they'll get worse. So I think that they'll still win their conference. Washington is 3-3. Dallas is 2-3-1, something crazy. They had that the tie. Dallas is going to play so hard trying to prove themselves. There's not going to be any juice left for the playoffs, so I'm not even worried about them. Washington, I think they'll get themselves together, even though they didn't look as strong. But Daniels is back, and he is doing very well. For the North, NFC North, you have Green Bay, Detroit, Minnesota, and you have Chicago. Chicago looked really good. They were really scary. But of course, it was still on a questionable team. So Green Bay is my team for the North. They're 3-1. They're 3-0 at home. Detroit is the second team. They're coming out. They've gotten themselves together. 2-0 at home, but that doesn't make a difference for Detroit. They don't care where they play. They believe they can win anywhere. So those are my two big superpowers. For the South, you have Tampa Bay, ATL, Carolina, and New Orleans. Now, here's the thing. Birdbath fans. ATL followers, loyal subjects of the winged demons. Tampa Bay is 5-1. Now, this is what's crazy. They're 3-0 away. Okay, they're 3-0 away. But I'm going to tell you something. I am so impressed with Baker Mayfield. He has 1,539 yards. His percentage of completion is 66.2. 12 touchdowns, 1 interception. I can't pass that up. He's one of the best looking quarterbacks in the league right now, stat-wise, and of course they're winning. So they're scary. And of course our beloved Falcons, they're going to be the next on the list for me. I really can't say anything negative about them. I think that their potential is infinite. And they're doing the things that I've already shared with you that they would do. Bijan's doing his thing. The defense is starting to come to life. They're looking very hungry. They're looking fast. They're looking aggressive. They're doing all the things that they need to do. So for the South, it's going to be Tampa Bay and ATL, of course. For the West, you have San Fran. You have Seattle. You have the Rams. And you have Arizona. Well, Arizona, we can get rid of them. They're 2-4. San Fran, of course, they have Purdy's going to be coming back. Means nothing to me. Kittle's may be coming back. Means nothing to me. Even though they're 4-2. I like what I'm seeing in Seattle. Okay? I like a lot what I'm seeing in Seattle right now. But I think it's going to be Seattle and San Fran, of course, going to be the tops of that. Mac Jones is leading up San Fran, so, he's thrown for what, 1,252 or something like that. 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, but he hasn't even started every game. So, with that being said, you never know, but I don't, I'm not going crazy. I'm liking what I'm seeing in Darnold. He has 1,541 in passing, 70%, almost 71% completion rate in passing, 11 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Another guy to be afraid of. So, it's crazy. Now, if you want to go a step further, if we go back to the NFC North, I want to go back very quickly to Green Bay, Detroit, Minnesota, and Chicago. Green Bay, I'm liking what I see with Jordan Love. 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. But I really think that they don't even know each other very well yet, and that they're going to come together and become a powerhouse. So, based on what I'm seeing right now, we're looking at, for each conference, we're looking at the AFC. Once again, recap, we're looking at New England, Buffalo. For the North, we're looking at Pittsburgh all by itself. For the South, we're looking at Indianapolis and Jacksonville. For the West, we're looking at the Chargers and Denver. Of course, asterisk next to Kansas City. For the NFC East, we have Philly and we have Washington. For NFC North, we have Green Bay, Detroit. For NFC South, we have Tampa Bay and Atlanta. For the NFC West, we have San Fran and Seattle. And we're not going to forget about the Rams. They're 4-2. And I think that's going to be a good look. Let's see what happens, and let's go from there. More coming at you soon. Have a good night.